often when I'm away from my students for more than a day, like if I'm at a conference or I'm in tied-up meetings, I post videos of me reading books on Facebook Live at night so that we can still connect even if I've been really busy around the school. And so this segment is going to speak to girls in middle school. I will be reading Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, and each video segment will be a chapter of the book. Parents, below you will find activities and things that you can do with your children at home. Following up to the book. This book is for middle school girls. Boys might be interested too, but you really need to be at least in 5th grade because there is a love interest in here, just as a fair warning. So without further ado, we are going to start with chapter 1 of Stargirl. Did you see her? That was the first thing Kevin said to me on the first day of school of 11th grade. We were waiting for the bell to ring. See who? I said. Ha! He cranked his neck, scanning the mob. He had witnessed something remarkable. It showed on his face. He grinned, still scanning. You'll know. There were hundreds of us milling about, calling names, pointing to summer-tan faces we hadn't seen since June. Our interest in each other was never keener than during the 15 minutes before the first bell on the first day. I punched his arm. Who? The bell rang. We poured inside. I heard it again in homeroom, a whispered voice behind me as we said the Pledge of Allegiance. You see her? I heard it in the hallways. I heard it in English and in geometry. Did you see her? Who could it be? A new student? A spectacular blonde from California? Or from back east where many of us came from? Or one of those summer makeovers, someone who leaves in June looking like a little girl and returns in September as a full-bodied woman, a 10-week miracle? And then in Earth Sciences, I heard a name, Stargirl. I turned to the senior slouching behind me. Stargirl, I said. What kind of a name is that? That's it, Stargirl Caraway, she said it in homeroom. Stargirl? Yeah. And then I saw her at lunch. She wore an off-white dress, so long it covered her shoes. It had ruffles around the neck and cuffs, and looked like it could have been on her great-grandmother's wedding gown. Her hair was the color of sand. It fell to her shoulders. Something was strapped across her back, but it wasn't a book bag. At first I thought it was a miniature guitar. I found out later it was a ukulele. She did not carry a lunch tray. She did carry a large canvas bag with life-size sunflower painted on it. The lunchroom was dead silent as she walked by. She stopped at an empty table, laid down her bag, slung the instrument strap over her chair, and sat down. She pulled a sandwich from the bag and started to eat. Half the lunchroom kept staring. Half started buzzing. Kevin was grinning. What did I tell you? I nodded. She's in 10th grade, he said. I hear she's been homeschooled till now. Maybe that explains it, I said. Her back was to us, so I couldn't see her face. No one sat with her, but at the tables next to hers, kids were cramming 2 to a seat. She didn't seem to notice. She seemed marooned in a sea, staring, buzzing faces. Kevin was grinning again. You think what? I'm thinking, he said. I grinned back and nodded. Hot Seat. Hot Seat was our in-school TV show. We had started it the year before. I was producer-director. Kevin was on-camera host. Each month he interviewed a new student. So far, most of them had not been honor student types, athletes, model citizens. Noteworthy in the usual ways, but not especially interesting. Suddenly, Kevin's eyes boggled. The girl was picking up her ukulele, and now she was strumming it. And now she was singing, strumming away, bobbing her head and shoulders, singing, I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover, and I looked before. Stone silence all around. Then came the sound of a single person clapping. I looked. It was the lunch line cashier. And now the girl was standing, slinging her bag over one shoulder and marching among the tables, strumming and singing and strutting and twirling. Head swung, eyes followed her, mouths hung open. Disbelief. When she came by our table, I got my first good look at her face. She wasn't gorgeous, wasn't ugly. A sprinkle of freckles crossed the bridge of her nose. Mostly, she looked like 100 other girls in schools, except for two things. She wore no makeup, and her eyes were the biggest I'd ever seen, like the deer's eyes caught in the headlights. She twirled as she went past, her flaring skirt brushing my pant leg, and then she marched out of the lunchroom. From among the tables came 3 slow claps. Someone whistled, someone yelped. Kevin and I gawked at each other. Kevin held his hands up and framed a marquee in the air. Hot seat, coming attraction, Stargirl. I slapped the table, yes, and we slammed hands. Until next time.